My name is Tiera Trammell. My short film, is First Impressions, and it's essentially a story about two people who still are in the beginning stages of getting to know each other, and kind of figuring out if they're a match or not through this second date that they're on, or this first date that they're on.
You did this film as part of our 7-day film challenge.
Yes.
What was it that made you want to try that challenge?
Yeah, so I think lately I've been just focusing on the idea of putting out work and just trying to do something and not trying to make it a laboring process and digging too deep in it. So I like the constraint of working for 7 days and just producing a piece of work and putting it out and letting it live how it is.
And how did you come up with the concept for this film?
To be honest, it took a while. I think the time pressure helped. So we didn't really get the idea of the film until like a day or two before we actually shot. Just with time kind of crunching down on us, we just sat down and I sat down and cranked out an initial script and then consulted with some friends. And then we eventually came to this idea after like 3 or 4 iterations, over the course of like 2 days.
So I've never seen one of your films before you sent this in. So, what kind of background in filmmaking do you have?
Yeah, so this is actually this would be my first narrative work that I've done and put out. I've done a short doc before. I've done just like some art installations that have been at gallery showings, but this would be my first short narrative film that I've put out.
Did you enjoy doing narrative?
Absolutely. I have a background of like screenwriting, and so I write a lot. I have ideas, of course, and I have a lot of scripts. This was just the first opportunity I got to really put a team together to execute in the way we did.
How was this experience in shooting it? This during it with a narrative production, you might have to have a larger crew, maybe, and you're working with actors more one
Yeah,
on one.
it was a really good experience to be completely honest. It all came together so great, and it was a group of filmmaker friends who in their own rights, and they have their own shorts out. And I've been able to work on their sets and their projects, and it just came down to like kind of the basics of what we needed. We knew we needed camera, we knew we needed sound, and like once we had those two, we were just kind of gonna make the rest of it up. But everyone was like a team player, and they were willing to come. Like 7 o'clock in the morning, we did a 7 a.m. to about 12:30 p.m. shoot, so it was about 5 hours, not too long. Everybody just like kind of came in. They were like, "Hey, we want to do something. It's not too much of a time lived." My sound person, what am I trying to say? The sound operator, RJ Smith, never did sound before, but he was happy to pick up the boom pole and like we bought the equipment and go out there. And so, um, it was a really good effort of people just like coming together and trying to do something and not thinking too much about it. The set was really great. The people at Tasty Twist were very hospitable to us, letting us record there, just being nice, providing us ice cream that didn't make the official cut. But everyone just was like very energized behind the idea. So it worked perfectly. Breonna Taylor,
The lead actress.
lead actress in the film. This was her first acting role. Similar where she'd been talking about wanting to act for so long, and I'm like, okay, cool, we got this idea. I need a person to act, so let's do it. You've been saying you want to do this, let's do it. She was actually the person who sent me the challenge, so I'm like, you got me into this, now I'm getting you into this. So that's kind of how it turned out.
And since I take it you like the experience so much, are you thinking of other narrative stories to tell?
Oh, absolutely. As I mentioned, I've been a writer before and I have a lot of ideas and doing something in this 7 day format, this quick turnaround has got me kind of hyped up behind like, okay, I've been sitting on these ideas for a while. Like, let's start putting them out. And so, over the past couple of years, I've been working on other people's sets, just being a PA and getting behind the scenes and trying to figure out how it all works. So now after doing this, I feel more confident to continue to do more stories and put more work out.
We to make it a 7-day film challenge because it was an effort to try to get projects that looked a little bit more polished for the film festival circuit.
Hmm.
Because I know there's been 24-hour film contests and 48-hour film contests, and a lot of those directors go back and try to refine it after they hand in their film and try to polish it up some more. So
Hmm.
we want so we wanted to avoid that and make it a week to to get something more of a finished quality in. Would you be interested in trying the 48?
Yeah, I think it will look a whole lot different just coming down to because I think just like editing time, it wasn't terrible to edit. Like I did the editing as well. And so no, I'm a fan of these challenges because I do, I'm not mad at the idea of like taking the work and refining it, because this truly was a learning experience. And now I'm like, okay, don't do this with the lights, or this is how you should do color, and you should consider this. And so like I've learned stuff by it. So if, we're doing a film and it's just like, okay, let's do it in 48 hours and let's see, what can I learn about sound now? What can I learn about colors and what can I learn about all this different stuff? And so I'm very interested in the act of creating and then, putting enough work out that you just not automatically, but you start improving gradually just by putting the work out rather than um and there's nothing wrong with longer formats, but like right now and where I am as a filmmaker, I like the process of um like trying something and seeing what I can learn from it. So a 48-hour format, a 7-day format, I feel like is really good for where I'm at right now.
We talked a while back with Ricardo Tenorio, who also did the challenge. And one of the things he told us was that the one of the rules, which was shooting 75% of the film outside to showcase Wisconsin,
Yeah.
was something that was kind of tricky to get around in the writing stage.
Mhm.
How did you deal with that aspect of it? You have to shoot
Yeah.
75% outside and showcase, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think at first I was making it bigger than it needed to be, where I'm like, oh, I thought of all, like I immediately thought of so many places. I'm like, okay, I should show this, I should show this neighborhood, and I should have showed this. And then kind of got to thinking about the time, and I'm like, we don't have time for all of that. What if I just show one location that I think enough people can try to attract to and reference to and kind of use that? And so I kind of like the what was it? It can't be longer than 5 minutes, has to be done in 7 days. 75% of it has to be outside. So I was like, okay, I have to work in this box. And then the story came in after that box. It was like, okay, now what can I do? This is my box I have to work in. What can I do within this? And so um once I, brainstorm and let the big ideas go, I'm like, okay, what can I actually do and what can we accomplish that is going to make this an enjoyable experience for everybody, and also something that we can efficiently pull off. So I didn't mind it. I liked working with it because it helped me kind of figure out the story.
Yeah, you spotlight a local business in the film and a business that's fairly popular, so that helps cement your film in the Milwaukee area, which was
Mhm.
a nice narrative touch there.
Mhm. Yeah, I wanted to, as you mentioned, like I wanted to use a place where um yeah, I feel like people have seen before. Either you rode past it or in the summer you probably go there or something like that. Same with using some of our the beginning of our film is kind of shot in River West, and so it's like using these familiar neighborhoods in Milwaukee that were also just accessible to us. I didn't want to have anyone drive an hour out just because I wanted to go on a hike or something. So I'm just like, okay, what can we do that's super accessible that people can get to?
Were they pretty cool with you shooting around them, or did he think it might disrupt business?
So we actually went super early. We went like 4 hours before they opened. And sort of the end of shooting some of the scenes is when the doors opened up and then like naturally it just got louder just because of customers, traffic,
Ah,
the city just kind of waking up. So we did strategically go super early, but when we got there, we checked in with everybody. And they were like super cool. They even like, opened up the doors early for us to get a shot. There's a shot in there where like they're opening, like that was way before they actually opened, and everybody was like super accommodating. We made sure we communicated with them. And so like Tasty Twist was amazing with just being super accommodating to us.
are you looking forward to seeing it on the big screen?
I am. I'm very, very excited about it. just because like, you know, the crew of people I work with are people I've all respected and I've seen their work. And so just us kind of being able to work on something together. Breonna Taylor hasn't seen the movie yet. She just it's like she's gonna wait for the experience, and so I'm very excited about her seeing it. And so you know we've just been telling people about it. Sets I've been working on, telling them about it. I think there's a few people I know in this festival, so hopefully we can all like come out and support each other.
Looking at your bio here, it says you're a multi-disciplinary artist and filmmaker whose work intertwines moving images, sound, and physical space to highlight the Black and queer experience.
Hmm.
So, into multidisciplinary artists makes me think you do other work besides filmmaking.
Yeah.
And does that involve installations and stuff like that?
Yeah, I really like the idea of just accessibility. And just kind of growing up in Milwaukee, there weren't a lot of like movies like in neighborhoods. Like it wasn't until I moved to the east side where I was able to walk to a movie theater. And so I've always liked the idea of like bringing a movie to someone or bringing an experience, whether that's like setting something up, and being able to project on like a wall or something like that, or hosting it at more of a local central spot for people, and incorporating different things like, you know, bringing in just like building the environment and then like kind of reflecting whatever story I'm trying to tell on that to try to add a different layer to like movie telling or, you know, film. And so I think accessibility is like a really driver for me where it's like I'm always trying to meet people where they are. And so I think that what inspired like, you know, more of the installation work, more of the like community oriented work that I do. Well, all of it is community oriented, but that's definitely what inspires it.
Well, great. Thank you very much for doing this today.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.